In the latest installment of the long-running James Diep drama, the storm of emotions takes a new turn, not through open conflict, but through subtle cruelty, quiet strength, and the quiet power of love. Although the misunderstanding with James' mother was resolved peacefully in the previous episode, that peace is suddenly shattered by the appearance of a new character, Trang. Elegant, wealthy, and calculating, Trang is more than just James' childhood friend. She's a silk-clad, ambitious storm. The episode begins at dawn, the lavish mansion plunged into darkness after a sudden power outage. Heavy curtains sway gently, casting a soft, almost surreal glow over the room. Diep, recently recovered from an illness and resting at James's house, walks down the stairs. She is dressed simply, a thin sweater over a floral skirt, her hair loosely tied back. She is about to make ginger tea, another quiet morning, until the sharp sound of high heels tears through the silence. Enter Trang. In her meticulously tailored designer outfit, lipstick matching her handbag, Trang exudes poise and authority. Her eyes stop at Diep. In just one glance, she assesses and dismisses. Thinking Diep is the maid, she doesn't hesitate. Are you the maid here? The house is so beautiful, even the maid looks cute. Without waiting for a reply, she told Diep to cut some fruit and clean her expensive Louboutin shoes, without scratching the leather, of course. The insult was like a slap. Diep stood frozen. She was not a servant, she was James's guest, his beloved. But she said nothing. Silence was not weakness, but a shield forged from past pain and quiet dignity. Trang, the epitome of self-righteousness, was raised on praise and luxury. Her world was divided into equals and inferiors. Diep, with her gentle looks and simple attire, clearly belonged to the latter, at least in Trang's eyes. She saw James as a natural match, a bond rooted in a shared history, prestigious international schools, years of study abroad, and family ties. To Trang, Diep was an interloper, an outsider who deserved no humiliation. But to Diep, the encounter was more than an insult. It reopened the scars of abandonment, of a loveless marriage, of being forgotten and undervalued. But Diep was undaunted. She lowered her head, swallowed her pride, and did not retaliate. There was grace in restraint, strength in not succumbing to pettiness. The truth was quickly revealed. When Trang realized that Diep was not a maid but James' lover, her cold confidence melted into shame. She tried to regain her composure, mumbling an apology, but the damage had already been done. Diep was not angry. She shook her head slightly, a gentle but firm closure. The door that should have opened for friendship suddenly closed quietly, forever. Then came James' mother. Her voice was calm but had a characteristic coldness. Even if it's just a misunderstanding, words can hurt. Diep is a sensitive girl. She's been through enough. She held Diep's hand, an unspoken apology, an affirmation of belonging. For the first time, Trang felt small in the house she once considered familiar. Not because Diep tried to overwhelm her, but because James' eyes never looked in her direction. That afternoon, James returned home. He didn't need any grand gestures or speeches. He simply held Diep's hand, his eyes apologetic for what she had endured. "From now on, I won't let anyone hurt you again." On the quiet ride home, Diep leaned against him, feeling, perhaps for the first time in her life, safe. Protected. That same day, James returned to work, visiting rural fields to oversee the rice he was helping farmers cultivate. He discussed pesticide reduction, weeding techniques, and how to harvest more efficiently. His heart was as much for the land as it was for the woman waiting at home. Meanwhile, Diep returned to her small house in the suburbs. She did not wallow in resentment. She tended her garden, guava trees, mango trees, rows of green vegetables. In the golden afternoon sun, she picked jackfruit with clammy hands and a sweaty forehead, but her eyes still shone with quiet resilience. Her life was simple but honest. Every penny she earned from selling fruit at the market was hers. She repeated a simple mantra: "As long as I work hard and live a decent life, I can hold my head high." Diep did not want to be a burden. She did not want James to be torn between love and social pressure. She just wanted to live a decent life, and be loved for who she was. That evening, Diep called James. Her voice was hoarse from the cold, but it was still gentle and warm. "Are you busy? I just wanted to ask if you're coming home for dinner." James paused and spoke more gently. "I'll try to finish early. You cook. I'll come home and eat with you." Number promises, no declarations, just a simple intention. And for Diep, that was it. A small smile appeared on her lips, dispelling the morning chill and the constant loneliness. She, an orphan with a tearful past, had finally found someone who wanted to protect her, not with power or wealth, but with patience and love. While Diep was enjoying these peaceful moments, another storm arose. Trang officially joined James's company, not as an intern, but with a secret plot to sabotage Diep and win James's heart at all costs. How far would she go? What plots awaited her? And more importantly, can love survive in the shadow of manipulation? Stay tuned.